Well, folks, it's about time. For the past few years, we had been making weekly videos talking about this player who happened to be in the Montreal Canadiens system. Every weekend, he would play games with the Boston University Terriers in the NCAA, and every weekend, we'd talk about how fantastic he really was. We'd go over his stints, we'd go over his points, we'd go over his skill, and we'd go over how much of a steal he was back for the Montreal Canadiens in the 2022 second round. But now, we're going over a little bit of a different conversation. Because today, we are heading over to the Habs blue line and talking about even more crazy Lane Hutson stats. Because we are a quarter or just over a quarter of the way throughout the NHL season in 2024-2025, and one Lane Hutson has been phenomenal. He's got that forearm, he's got that elbow pad, he takes it off when he gets ready to do something crazy. Lane Hutson is a monster. And at this point in his career, he's already logging 25-minute games for the Montreal Canadiens at only 20 years old. He's a rookie, for crying out loud. He was in the NCAA last year. Lane Hutson is nothing short of one of the best players on the gosh darn Montreal Canadiens. And you could already say he's better than the top defenseman on the team last year in points, Mike Matheson. I mean, the fact is, Hutson already has more points than Mike Matheson this season, so maybe it's an easy conclusion to make. But right now, Lane Hutson, with another assist in yesterday's game on yet another Patrik Laine goal, has himself 19 points in 28 games played. Now, sure, they're all assists. He has yet to find himself a goal, and I had seen this conversation pop up a little bit throughout the season, like, oh, it's crazy how Hutson has so many assists but no goals. Too bad his shot is like Victor Mete tier. Too bad he's got an absolute muffin when he tries to get it on goal. And, you know, I'm not gonna disagree, to be honest, but I think he'll probably score his first NHL goal someday. Give it some time. The guy is still young, and the guy is still talented. But right now, Hutson has 19 assists in 28 games played, on pace for about 56 points. He has already, as we had said, overtaken Mike Matheson for number one on the team in defenseman points, and this is all capped off by what is a 7-game point streak going back to November 27. Starting off against Columbus, and then against New York, Boston, New York, Nashville, Washington, and Anaheim, Lane Hutson has scored points in 7 straight games. He has been very, very good. Now, this is where we get into some of the numbers, some of the stats that make this video commentary worth talking about, starting out with the NHL's rookie scoring race. I think that's the most easy race that you could go out there and talk about in a conversation like this, because right now Lane Hutson is second overall in rookie points. He is 6 behind Matvei Michkov and 3 above the next two guys, Logan Stankoven and Maxim Siplakov. I will say, though, from a point-per-game standpoint, you will have to watch out for that Macklin Celebrini, because he is the number 2 points-per-game guy. For rookies in the NHL, Celebrini has 15 points in 18 games. He has been fantastic with the San Jose Sharks, and much better than everybody else on that team who happens to be a young rookie. Sorry, Will Smith. But Lane Hutson is the top-scoring defenseman rookie in the league. He is the second overall rookie in the league behind Michkov. He's been doing very well, and if he continues up with this pace, there's a really high chance that we see Lane Hutson find himself into that Calder conversation at some point in the next few months. But that's not it. It's not just the regular old rookie scoring race that we could go out there and talk about. We can talk about the regular NHL race. Because if you take a look at defensemen in the NHL and you sort by assists, you will find the top 6 defensemen in the league to go as follows. Number 1, you've got Cale Makar with 26 assists in 29 games. Number 2, you have Quinn Hughes with 25 assists in 26 games, so Hughes has a higher assist per game. Number 3, you've got Josh Morrissey with 24 assists in 29 games. Number 4, you have Adam Fox. He also has 0 goals on the year, but he's got 22 assists in 27 games. 5, you have Victor Hedman with 21 assists in 25 games, and 6, you have Zach Werenski, 20 assists, 27 games. Next up, you have a 3-way tie for 7th overall in the NHL for defenseman assists on the year. Shane Gostisbehere has 19 assists in 27 games, so does Shea Theodore, and then you have Lane Hutson, who is 9th overall in NHL assists for defensemen this season, and he's only there because he doesn't have any goals, and I guess the games played number also pulls him a little bit further back. But as of this recording, there are only 6 defensemen in the league who have more assists than Lane Hutson. You can say that for Gostisbehere and Theodore, they should already be included in that conversation because they have the same amount of assists in fewer games, but still, Hutson is a top-scoring defenseman in this league at 20 years old as a rookie. If you go over to the regular point production race, you can see that Hutson is in a 3-way tie with Brandon Montour and Rasmus Dahlin for 15th overall in the National Hockey League. He has more points than Mikhail Sergachev, Erik Karlsson, Owen Power, and if you scroll down even further, you'll find other names like Jacob Chychrun, Alex Pietrangelo, Mike Matheson, Noah Dobson, Bowen Byram, Moritz Seider, Colton Parayko, Aaron Ekblad, Miro Heiskanen, Jake Sanderson, Brock Faber, Jake Middleton, Thomas Chabot, Simon Edvinsson, Gustav Forsling, Noah Hannaf, and a whole bunch of other guys. Hutson has more points than. And he's only 20. And he's only a rookie. And he didn't have top power play time for a good chunk of the year. And if you go over to Priyanka Emrath's Twitter account, you'll find even more crazy statistics that make things even nuttier. Take a look at this. Here is a Habs record for you. He had set the record for 7 games with an assist as a rookie D-man. It's definitely pretty cool, but the guys that really get remembered are the guys who win a lot of hockey games and really do something that's special here. Yeah, that's right. Lane Hutson is humble too. Sit down, be humble. He's already got that on lock because he's refusing to take full credit for this achievement and saying, yeah, I'm that guy. He's like, yeah, it's cool, but at the end of the day, we care about guys who win. We care about guys who set records. We care about guys who go out there and accomplish stuff for this team. The rookie point scoring lead, okay, that's great, but it's not really too significant in the grand scheme of things. Hutson, though, he is the first Canadiens rookie to get 7 games in a row with assists. And it's not even just Canadiens records that Hutson is going out there and breaking. Take a look at this tweet, also made by Priyanka Emrath. Lane Hutson is one of 8 rookie defensemen in the NHL's history books, by the way, with 21 or more assists through his first 30 games. Now, that's a really big tie, honestly. Like, 8 guys have had 21 or more. However, there have only been 4 defensemen in the NHL's history books who have had more than 21 assists through their first 30 games. Larry Murphy, Nick Lindstrom, Quinn Hughes, and Brian Leetch. 3 out of those 4 guys are Hall of Famers. The other is, in my very subjective opinion, the best defenseman in the NHL today and arguably a Hart candidate this season in Quinn Hughes. Lane Hutson is in that conversation. And look, Priyanka doesn't go out there and label the 7 other rookie defensemen that had 21 assists in their first 30 career games. These 4 that are listed in Murphy, Lidstrom, Hughes, and Leetch are the only guys who have had more. But either way, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below about these crazy Lane Hutson stats. It's really starting to blow my mind here, just how incredible he really is. But maybe it shouldn't be blowing my mind. Maybe this isn't really a big deal. Because maybe we should have expected this. Okay, maybe that's a little bit irrational now that I think about it. 2022 second round pick, a small, at the time 5'9", like 160-something pound guy. Should we have expected him to outscore, like, Rasmus Dahlin and Erik Karlsson at 20 years old? I mean, I don't know, man. That's a really tall task, but if there's anybody that's going to go out there and do it properly, it's Lane Hutson. So, Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Lane, his points, how he's been playing, the way he controls space in the offensive zone. We didn't even talk about how he plays. We just said that he's playing well. Thoughts in the comment section below about everything Lane Hutson and these statistics that we had discussed. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.